believing in ourselves and being willing to take a risk. The sky's the limit for all of us. What excites them, what brings that life force in them. The dangerous combination that will absolutely destroy your manifestation. Now, there were a couple of things I listened to recently, and it really got me thinking how, as much of a positive thinker as I am, and as much of a proponent, teacher, student of the law of attraction and manifestation, there are some pitfalls to it, because I do see people that will come in to the space and they kind of want the easy way out. They want to be able to say, I created my vision board, I do my visualizations, I meditate all day, I'm really clear on what I want, I know what I want, I can picture it, and their life's not changing. And I'll tell you, one of the dangerous things, when I help people step into their vision, what they are drawn to, what excites them, what brings that life force in them, and when they start to learn the possibilities that are available in their life, they start to dream big and dream really big. And what'll happen is they have this big vision and this big ambition, and unless they have this other key piece, they're not going to make movement anywhere. And I'll give you an example. I've been on obviously lots of masterminds, lots of trainings, lots of programs, and I'll hear people, go around the room and they'll say, okay, what's your dream? What's your goal? What's your vision? And I'm in spaces where there's a mixed group of people, some very successful people and some unsuccessful people. And I'll watch the people that are unsuccessful, that have not been able to secure a job, or have not been able to start a business, or haven't followed through on anything throughout their life. Because, you learn a little bit about their history. And they'll have these lofty goals. I want to make $500 million, and really the sky's the limit for all of us. But the dangerous combination is when you have a lazy, ambitious person. You have someone with really big dreams, with really lofty goals, but they want to sit back and let the world just give it to them. And unfortunately, things don't work that way. I heard someone say recently, you can't pray to catch the bus and then stroll down the street. You got to pray to catch the bus and run as fast as you can, because then if you miss the bus, it's not your bus. But if you don't run, that could have been your bus. And if you don't pray, that could have been your bus. And if you do miss the bus, then it wasn't your bus. Rejection is God's protection. It wasn't your bus. And there's something else there for you, but you'll never know unless you run. And I'll beg to argue that if you don't run, you don't believe it's your bus. And even if it is, you really don't want it to be your bus, because you're very content and very comfortable to sit back and just let life happen to you. So you may have the words, you may have the vocabulary, you may have watched all the TikToks and the secret and all the videos that say you can have anything you want. You might have even been here. I don't think anyone here feels that way, but I do want to share this because we've all been there, right? We've all had something that we wanted, but we haven't been willing to risk working for. So I think this does apply to all of us, as much as some of us might think, oh, we got it. I know how to manifest. I know how to work hard. I got it, Trez. I would say we've all been guilty of that. But it's really about committing to the process, believing in ourselves, and being willing to take a risk, to grow, to take action, to work our tushes off sometimes.